Okay, this is lesson 42, and it's on short division. So it's exactly the same as long division, but we just take a couple of shortcuts. So let's do the traditional long division method, and we'll say 56 divided by 4. So remember our steps. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. Okay, can I divide 5 by 4? Yes, one time. Multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract. Check. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. So I can bring down. Will 4 go into 16? Yes. 4 times. Multiply. And I get my answer as 14. Okay, so instead of writing all of that, we're going to remember some of it in our head. I don't do short division well. I write everything down. I know how to do it. I just don't use it very often. Your choice. If you can do it, great. It's faster. Okay, so how many times will 4 go into 5? 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So I'm going to put that 1 right over there. See how I left all that stuff out in the middle? So now I say 4 will go into 16 how many times? 4 times, and 4 times 4 is 16, so there's nothing left over. So that's all I write. You'll have to practice with that. I think it's a little hard, unless you're good at it. Let's do example 1. A total of 840 people attended the 5 performances at the school play. What's the average attendance? Okay, so I'm going to do the short division version. I still make my columns because I want to make sure I keep everything lined up properly. Will 5 go into 8? Yes, 1 time. 5 times 1, so 1 times 5 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. So I'm going to put my 3 right there. Now I come over here in this column and I say 5 will go into 34 how many times? Okay, it'll go 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. 34 minus 30 is 4. So I'm going to put my 4 right there. 5 will go into 40 how many times? 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. And I'm good. Okay. See how much shorter it is? Like, I don't need very much paper at all. But if you're not solid, write it out. Your choice. Again, practice with this. Now's your chance. And if you get good at it, it's really a much easier way to do things. The other thing this lesson does is talk about divisibility. So remember we said that all even numbers are divisible by 2, that all numbers that end in a 0 are divisible by 10, all numbers that end in a 5 or a 0 are divisible by 5. So now we're going to talk about 3, 6, and 9. So we're actually going to look at the digits in the number to find this. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. So I say, here's my digits, a 4, a 3, and an 8. So if I add those up, 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 8 is 15. I think about 15. Is that divisible by 3? Yes. Right? 15 divided by 3 is 5. So this number is going to be evenly divisible by 3. What about 9? So if 15 is divisible by 9, then this number is divisible by 9. But it's not. So it's not evenly divisible by 9. If the number is even and it's divisible by 3, then it is divisible by 6. So this was divisible by 3. Is it even? Yes. Okay, so it's also divisible by 6. So they give you a nice little box on page 265 to help you remember that, and I'll put all the divisibility rules on the web page, help you out a little bit. And that's just a handy thing to know if you're doing a lot of division. You can get along without it, but boy, it sure helps things. All right, good luck.